Hey guys, it's been a while. Trust me, I've been doing very, very important things while I've been gone. I really haven't been. But that doesn't mean Epic Games haven't been busy. Look, they just dropped some hard news on us. Unreal Engine 5, right? So, really, really cool stuff. It's running on the PlayStation 5. This is the first game that we've seen on the new game console. That being said, as a game development channel slash game studio channel, even though I haven't been doing anything, I haven't really been doing a lot, so I can't really call myself that, but I still am. We're going to talk about some of the new features that they've just announced. So, first thing that they talked about was global illumination. Illumination. I can say that word. Trust me, I can. And bounce lighting. So, these lighting techs are typically reserved for ray tracing. And I wouldn't really be surprised if it is running off of ray tracing, considering that the PlayStation 5 has been said by Sony to support ray tracing. I want to know what it's running on. They haven't really given any details, especially on their article that they released on their website. They haven't really said much. You know what? I'm hoping that we get to really, know the backbone on how this stuff works, because it's really, really interesting. So the next feature that they talked about was Nanite, being able to pull your model straight from ZBrush into the engine. So if you guys haven't done 3D modeling before, then you should know that the model that you make on ZBrush is typically unusable in your game engine, or in your game in general. That's because you are making a very high poly count model that can't really be rendered efficiently on most game engines. So typically what you have to do is you take your high poly model, make a low poly model, and then you bake the details onto your low poly model. What that means in plain English is you're basically trying to make your low poly model look like it's high poly. That didn't really make it any easier, but that's honestly only the best way you can actually explain it. Now, the reason this is really, really interesting and that it's game changing is because a lot of effort gets spent trying to make a lot of this stuff low poly. A lot of manpower gets put into baking normals, making sure you have low poly count models. Now, this isn't super game changing, especially when it comes to like characters. And this is really because that character models always have to be low poly count, just because when it comes to doing animations for them, it's really, really hard to do animations with high poly models. And that just has to do with the fact that it's very slow, right? It's just really, really slow, and, working in a laggy environment is just very hard to do. Now, where this is very, useful in something that it will definitely change is environmental detail. So, you don't have to make a low poly model of your rock, right, or your tree. You can just scan a tree in, or scan a rock in, and you can just place that into your environment and just have millions of those and then move them around. See, that's where it can definitely be a huge game changer. Now, I don't really know the technology behind this, and that's really where I'm interested in learning more about, just because I'm going to assume that they're using AI right now to be able to compress and filter out the unneeded or unused part of the models. Now, this will still have a drawback in the fact that you're still having to put your high poly models into memory. Now, the fact that this was on the PlayStation 5 is making me believe that they're using the really fast SSD of the PlayStation 5 to be able to handle that. I still don't know if that's how it works, if Epic wants to, come contact me about their trade secrets, maybe give me the open source, my number's always open, just call me. Or at least my email is always open. You guys can send me email. It's on my YouTube page. Go ahead. Do it. Come on. What do you do? Chicken? Huh? You think I want to take your secrets? I can't do anything with that. I don't even know how to compile a program properly. Yeah, what are you going to do? Now, the next thing that they showed off was their new sound engine. But being that it's sound, and no one cares about sound unless it's really good, or you just messed up by a small amount, I'm just going to treat the sound engine the same way. Then we have Niagara, not to be confused with Niagara Falls or Viagra Falls. Trust me, some people have confused that, and let's just say it's led to a lot of unhappy couples. Just saying. But that's the name of their new particle system that they're going to be using. Now, what I'm assuming that this is going to really be used for, and this is how they showed the example for, is that they use it for their bugs and bats, which kind of shows that you can have interactive or kind of like very non-complex moving effects. So kind of like enemies that don't interact with anything except the environments. I don't know if they can do enemies or not, but that's just kind of what I'm thinking. Now, they also use it for the bugs being able to react to the light. Now, you know what? I'm not going to call Epic Games out on this because I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Even though it could have been a screen check where you just have the particles move according to where the player's looking. But they said that it was reacting to the light, and I'm going to leave it as that. All right? I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if they're giving us the runaround, but that's what they said, and I'm going to believe them until given otherwise. Next thing on the chopping block is their physics engine. I haven't used Unreal, so I can't really give any specifics on what got better. Maybe the falling rock accuracy got better because they were like, "Well, look at these falling rocks! Look at these falling rocks! Look at this club Jimmy in the head!" I don't care. I don't care if Jimmy gets clubbed in the head more accurately. That's not cool. And then the next thing that they showed off was their animation controller, which kind of has more to do with the environmental interaction of it. So they're just talking more about how the animation controller is able to have the character models interact with the environment more smoothly and better. I don't know if that's any better. Again, I don't really know the limitations of the current animation controller, but I'm assuming that it's a better improvement of what they have currently. So that's all I can really say about it. Then they ended the demo off with this Spider-Man Titanfall run to the finish, which that's actually a really cool idea. If someone wants to take that, you're going to have to give me some credit for that and some money. Because that was me. I came up with that. Alright? No stealing. This isn't Cold Steel the Hedgehog. You can't steal my OC, baby. But I guess the really, really important part about this and what they were kind of trying to show off, I'm assuming, is the fact that they're able to have really expansive environments and have things load in and load out very quickly. Again, this might be the PlayStation 5 handling this stuff with this incredibly fast SSD. That being said, again, Epic Games hasn't really said anything about this. We don't know a lot of the technical details behind it, and if Epic Games really does want to release an article regarding the technicalities, I would love that. Please do so. Overall, it's just really cool stuff. I mean, I'm really looking forward to, Nanite and Lumen. That's the main two that I'm particularly looking forward to. That being said, 10 out of 10, buy more Fortnite skins.